Welcome to the week ahead financial markets. It's the 28th of July. I hope you're well. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's have our usual look around five market moving factors we think could influence sentiment this week. Lots going on for the markets to digest, and some of it good news, of course. Major indices hit new record highs again last week. Big tech earnings and trade all continue to positively impact. Let's start with earnings. Big earnings seem to be supporting valuations. 80% so far are beating EPS. The same figure are beating revenue expectations. It is early days with around about 20% of the S&P 500 reported, but nevertheless, far better than expected. And if that continues, then expect the market to respond favorably. Of course, trade talks remain a headline act. There's an EU deal on the table from the US, around about 15% tariff on imports. There is also discussions relating to China today and throughout the week. That is the next key deal to be struck if one is possible. On the stock front, we've referenced big tech outperformed. One of those big tech stocks is Nvidia, who, of course, not only are an established leader in the AI space, but also have had export restrictions lifted to China. Let's just have a look at a chart right now. And you can see from this chart that we're pushing up against a key level. 173.47 is where the markets closed on Friday. Extended hours trading is worth watching to see if we get a push up from this, particularly as US futures are up in this morning's trading on the back of that trade news. We see this being a $200 stock potentially in the next 2 months. Of course, we do have some earnings to come across the wires from Nvidia, and that'll be watched with interest. But at this stage, the movement is significant over the last few months, and that looks as though it may well continue. And of course, this week we do have the Federal Reserve meeting and reporting their latest rate decision. There is no expectation of any cut, much to Trump's disgust. It'll be interesting to see what response we get from the US administration on the back of that likely decision. There's already been significant headlines over the last 2 weeks relating to the relationship between Jerome Powell and Trump. At this stage, we aren't seeing a rate cut priced in until maybe September at the earliest, but wait and see. So those are your five market moving factors to keep on your radar this week. Of course, you can stay up to date on our live market updates, which run twice a week, and our inner circle session on a Wednesday. And remember, we're always here to help. Our support team are willing and able to take your calls whenever you need to. But most importantly of all, have a great week. Trade safe and see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.